Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, Shiva Kumar.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in last class, that is in yesterday's class, we have completely understood the need of cloud automation and the difference between IST tools and configuration management tools. And we also discussed the importance. Okay, why Terraform is preferred in the industries. So what are the better features of a Terraform? And also we have discussed the course contents of our course. Okay, that we are going to discuss within 45 days, within 6 weeks. So these things we have discussed in last class. And I also announced that for this batch, we are providing Python videos at free of cost, only for this batch. And in the next batch, we may or may not give. Okay, but for this batch, we are providing Python videos absolutely free. Now today, our task is to prepare lab setup for Terraform. Today's class is most important, guys. And also we are going to discuss what are the softwares that are needed for our course. And the softwares, okay, to be installed. To install. Softwares that are required for our course. Okay. First, as I told you that Terraform can speak with any cloud. So it can speak with Azure cloud and it can speak with AWS cloud. Okay. Now, first I will show first I will discuss how to create AWS account. Then we are going to discuss how to install softwares, what are the softwares and how to make a lab setup. Okay, so first let me show AWS account creation. So to create AWS account, we need one debit card. One debit card is required and one email ID is required. And next one is one mobile number. So here this account is free for 1 year. So how to create, where to create? So this account is valid for 12 months. And how to create the account? It is very simple, guys. console.aws.amazon.com. This is a link. Okay, this is a link. console.aws.amazon.com. This is a link. Copy this link. Link for new AWS account. And just click on this. And here we are going to see one option. What is that option you are going to see? Here, create new AWS account. Just click on this button. And here it is going to ask a few details from you, like what is your email address, account name. In the next page, it is going to ask your debit card information, like card number, CVV, expiry date. Okay, within no time, your account will be created, but it will take one INR, 1 Indian rupee from your account just for account verification. Okay, so immediately or after 48 hours, the deducted 1 rupee will be refunded to you, just for account verification only. Just for account verification, it is going to take 1 INR, Indian rupee from your account. Okay, now so this is AWS account creation process, guys. And also you need Azure account also. Azure account creation. This is also valid for 12 months. But here one benefit from Azure is, okay, in first 1 month, okay, we will get 16,000 change worth of services. Okay, that is $200. So what is the equivalent $200 here? 200 USD to INR. You know, this is the amount that will be credited. So this worth of services will be this is valid for 1 month. After 1 month, your plan is changed to pay as you go. This is just like electricity bill. How much you are using, that much you have to pay. Pay as you go. In pay as you go, also some services are free in Azure account. Okay, this is the benefit of Azure account, guys. This is Azure account creation process. But here also you need credit card. But definitely Azure account needs a credit card. But sometimes some of my students said that, okay, some banks debit card also it is taking. Okay, maybe SBI, ICICI, HDFC. Try with these banks. Email ID. Email ID you have to have either Hotmail or Outlook. Don't try with Gmail account. Sometimes Gmail IDs will be failed. And mobile number. And how to create, where to create. Portal.azure.com. This is the link, guys. Copy this link for Azure account creation. And here you have to click on create one. Okay, so here you select to use another account and create one. And here you have to give your email ID. In the next page, it is going to ask your card details like card number, card name, CVV, and your personal address details like flat number, state, city, country. Okay, phone number. Okay, once you enter everything, okay, it is going to take same 1 rupee from your account, 1 INR. And after 48 hours or immediately, okay, the deducted amount will be refunded. Okay, this is a 2 clouds account creation process, guys. Now, so this is a account creation process. And when it comes to software installation, so the very software that you have to install is Chaco. What is Chaco actually? Chaco, it is a package management tool, okay, that installs or uninstalls, means configuring, uninstalls software packages on Windows virtual machine. First, we are going to speak about Windows operating system. Okay, so if you have any Mac operating systems also, for that also I am going to explain. This is for Windows operating systems. Okay, now, so Chaco, you have to set up Chaco first. Generally on Windows platform, when you want to install softwares, we are downloading one exe file or MSA file, and we are double clicking on that. That is oldest approach, guys. That is oldest approach. So that is not called as DevOps approach. Okay, so you can do it from command line. Okay, so from now onwards, you have to use command line as much as possible, because whatever you are doing from command line can be automated. Whatever you are doing from GUI, UI cannot be automated. So From now onwards, use command line as much as possible. And here you have to set up Chaco. Okay, this is only one time setup. This is only one time setup. So to install Chaco, let us see Chaco install on Windows. Type like this. So a PowerShell script is given to you. You need not to know what is this PowerShell script. Blindly copy paste this script from PowerShell admin mode. This is a script that you have to execute. Execute the following PowerShell script from PowerShell admin mode. Let us go to PowerShell. So right click here, run as administrator. And exactly right, paste this script and run it. In my system already I have Chaco. Okay, close this window and relaunch it. Because immediately on Windows software installation will not be taking place. That is why you have to launch PowerShell once again. Right click. Select Chaco -v. Are you seeing Chaco was installed and it's showing the version? So when you are seeing this message means your Chaco installation was successful. Close. Okay, what is the script that you have to run? There is a script. Command prompt. This is first step. Close and relaunch PowerShell and verify Chaco installation. Chaco -v. Okay, so this is Chaco installation, guys. Now by using Chaco, you can install anything from command line. And using Chaco, install AWS CLI. So AWS CLI means it is for setting credentials, guys. Okay, command line interface. And let us ask like this. Chaco, just all you need to write is just searching Chaco AWS CLI. This command you need to execute. Chaco install AWS CLI. From where you have to execute? From same place, from PowerShell admin mode. From PowerShell admin mode, execute the following command. What is that? Chaco install AWS CLI. I am not going to do that because already in my system AWS CLI is installed. I will show. Okay. So here, Chaco install AWS CLI. Just press enter here. Okay. Within 2 or 3 minutes, AWS CLI software will be ready. And every time when you install softwares, okay, so you have to close and relaunch the window. Close it and relaunch it. PowerShell. Run as administrator. And check version AWS -v. Okay, this response will come only after you installing AWS CLI. I did not press enter here, but in your case, you have to press enter. Because in my system already I have installed AWS CLI. Every software is ready in my system. AWS Chaco install AWS CLI. This is close and relaunch PowerShell in admin mode and check AWS CLI installation. AWS -. This is fourth step. And the next fifth step is using Chaco install Git. Just to search like this, nothing is difficult. Chaco Git. Git is a connector. Okay, so Git is a connector. It is just like interface. Okay, it is used to connect to Linux virtual machines from your Windows laptop. So in AWS cloud platform, we will be creating virtual machines. So to connect to that virtual machines from your Windows or Mac operating system, Git can be used. And what is that command you have to run? This is very simple. Chaco install Git. Copy this. Okay, from again PowerShell. Admin mode. Execute the following command. I am giving complete steps, guys. -y means it is auto approval. So if you don't give -y, okay, it is going to ask a few questions. Okay, unnecessary questions it is going to ask. So for avoiding that kind of unnecessary questions, okay, say -y, auto approval. And next step, sixth step is close and relaunch PowerShell in admin mode. Check Git version from here. Git -v. It is showing something, right? So if it is showing something means your software installation was successful. Close it. How to check it? Git -v. Seventh step is using Chaco install Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code means it is a IDE, guys. Okay, integrated development environment. It is going to give many features like auto completion, debugging, and automatic hints. While writing Terraform script, automatically it is going to correct your syntaxes. Okay, it is going to correct your spellings. Many things, many features are there in Visual Studio Code. Okay, and every day I am going to write notes in Visual Studio Code. To open that notes, you need to have Visual Studio Code software also. Okay, so even you cannot open these notes in Notepad. You can open, but better you have Visual Studio Code. Now, how to install Visual Studio Code? Chaco Visual Studio Code. Very simple. VS Code. Again from PowerShell, admin mode. Okay, execute the following command. What is that command you have to execute? Chaco install VS Code -y. -y means auto approval. Okay, so here PowerShell. I am not going to execute this command because already I am having Visual Studio Code in my system. I don't want to disturb that. If I click again, what happens? That will be disturbed. Because I have many files which depends on Visual Studio Code. So in your case, press enter and close this PowerShell window and relaunch it. And when you relaunch it, you can check the version. Otherwise, you can check like this also. In the start menu, just you type Visual Studio Code. Are you seeing Visual Studio Code is appearing here? This is the way. So this is about Windows operating system, guys. So is anyone using Mac operating system? On Mac operating system. So now Mac operating system, the equivalent of Chaco is Homebrew. Homebrew is a package manager tool for Mac operating systems. So you have to set it up first. How to set it up? Homebrew installation on Mac. Just simply you have to run one homebrew code. This code from your Mac terminal. From Mac terminal, run the following. What is that you have to run? This is you have to run. This is to set up homebrew. This is first step. Second step is using homebrew, install Git. Very simple. Just ask like this: homebrew Git. Okay, you are seeing this option, right? Brew install Git. This command you have to execute from Mac terminal. From Mac terminal. Execute the following. This one. And close and relaunch terminal and check Git version. Okay, I don't have a Mac operating system, so I cannot show. Using homebrew, install AWS CLI. So to install AWS CLI via homebrew, check like this: homebrew AWS CLI. This is also very simple command. From the terminal, you have to run this command: brew install AWS CLI. From terminal, external Mac terminal, execute the following. Okay, so the next software is using homebrew, install. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Homebrew, Visual Studio Code. This is the command you have to run. From Mac terminal again, run the following. Okay, so next thing we have to install using homebrew, install. Actually, here I forgotten one more step. 8th step is actual software we did not install. Using Chaco, install Terraform. Chaco, Terraform. This is a command you have to run. Install, upgrade, uninstall. 3 tabs are there. I want to install it. Okay. From PowerShell admin mode. Run the following. -y. Now let us run it. PowerShell. Run as administrator. -y. In my system already I have Terraform. Okay, it is telling that 1.7.3 already installed. And close this window, relaunch it. Sometimes without relaunching also, it will work. Check Terraform -b. It's telling that 1.7.3 on Windows. And here, using Homebrew, install Terraform. Right? This is the final step. Homebrew, Terraform. Brew install Terraform. Close and relaunch terminal and execute Terraform -b. There it will be showing Terraform version. Okay, this is about lab setup, guys. And one more thing. Here, my Terraform can communicate with AWS cloud, right? Okay. So to communicate with AWS cloud, my Terraform requires, okay, a user account details like access key and secret key, like username and password. Who is going to give that username and password? In reality, admins will give. Cloud admins will be giving username and password to you. Password to Terraform developers, or if you are a cloud admin or a cloud automation engineer, okay, you will be creating credentials. Okay. And how to create credentials? So to create credentials, first let us go to AWS console. So to go to AWS console, here this is a link, console.aws.amazon.com. Okay. And now this is my user account. AWS one. Yeah, this is a home page of AWS, guys. This is a landing page. Okay. And here these are the services that I used recently. And this is services menu. So if you click on this, all the services will come. Okay, like EC2, S3, IAM, many services are come. On the top side, so you are going to see region. Region means it is a geographical area where exactly you are going to create resources. So this is my account name, and this is the notification bar. And if you want to create a user, okay, so for communicating with AWS cloud, I need a user account here. Okay, to create a user account, so here in the search box, just type IAM. IAM means Identity Access Management. Identity Access Management. This is also called as user management. Okay, so here on the left side, you are seeing users, right? Users. And create a user. Here I am creating a user called Terraform. Okay, user 13th February 2024. Click on next. Okay, to this user, you have to give policies. Policy is going to decide, okay, what this user can do. and I'm giving admin access policy to him, and click on next button and click on create user. And you have to keep these credentials at a safety place, guys. So don't expose this username and password to outside people. So when outside people knows these credentials, okay, they will connect to your account. Finally, you are going to get huge bill. So don't expose these details to outside people. Don't store these details in GitHub repositories also, public GitHub repositories. And in the security credentials, create access key and select other, and next create access key. This is access key and secret key. I am storing this access key and secret key at a safest place in my system. So I am creating a new file here. This is access key. And what is the secret key? Here, this is the secret key. Okay, here these are the Terraform credentials. Okay, for 8:30 PM IST batch of DURGASOFT. Just I am writing some message because I have other branch credentials also. That is why I am writing clear information. Now, so credentials are created. What next? Preparing, okay, a directory. Okay, with AWS credentials and plugins. So simply you have to create a directory in our local machine. I am creating a new directory here in D drive. I am creating a directory. So you click on new direct folder. Folder name is Terraform. Terraform 13th Feb 2024 8:30 PM IST. Double click on this and here right click and show more options. So already you have installed Git, right? Select Git bash here. So when you install Git, this option is displayed. Open Git bash here. So from here, open Visual Studio Code. So our directory name is Terraform 13 February 2024 8:30 PM IST. Okay, from here open Visual Studio Code. So to open Visual Studio Code from here, say code dot. From in this folder, Visual Studio Code is open. Now we have to initialize this directory with AWS plugins. So plugins are nothing but it is a software, okay, so that can be used to communicate with AWS APIs and AWS account. Create a new directory in our local machine and initialize this directory with AWS plugins and credentials. Now, how to set credentials here? To set up credentials, okay, there are two ways of setting credentials here. So one important way I will show first. Okay, another way we will discuss later. So here from here, just type AWS configure. So this command will work when you successfully install AWS CLI only. So if you don't install AWS CLI, this command will not work. AWS configure. So it is asking access ID. Okay, what is the access ID we created here? This is access ID, right? Access key. Copy this and paste it over here. Access key ID. and secret access key. So we have secret access key also. This is secret access key. Secret access key is nothing but password. Paste it over here. It is asking region. Okay, how to get region here in AWS account? So here if you drop down, so let us go to EC2 section. So there is a drop down here. On the top bar, there is a drop down. Here you are seeing drop down, right? OHI region. OHI means US East 2. For every region, there is a shortcut. There is abbreviation. Okay, so it is showing US East 2 only. Just press enter. And output is JSON format. Output is, it can be displayed in any format. That is no matter. Now we have set up credentials. So our next functionality is to download plugins. Okay. So to download plugins, we have to write something like provider file. Okay. To write provider file, we have to understand Terraform structure. Okay. So generally Terraform structure or Terraform contains or Terraform script contains, okay, one or more blocks. A block is nothing but it is a collection of statements, one or two statements, one or more statements. So what are the blocks that we can write as a part of our Terraform script? So the very first block that we need to write is provider block. Provider block. So provider block is nothing but it is going to specify which version of AWS plugin is required. Okay. And what is the version of Terraform. That information we are going to specify in Terraform provider block. This is only one-time execution block. Only for first time. Only when you want to initialize Terraform, then you need to write provider block. Okay, it contains what? It contains AWS version, plugin version, and Terraform version. AWS version means the plugins to be downloaded. Here, this is the first block. What is the second block here? Resource block. This is mandatory block, guys. So every Terraform script contains a resource block first. So in the resource block, okay, we have to specify what are the resources you wanted to create. Okay, whether you want to create a virtual machine or security group, storage, load balancer, database server. Okay, which resource you wanted to create. So it contains the resource to be created. Okay, it contains arguments. Arguments are nothing but input values. Suppose I want to create a virtual machine. To create a virtual machine, generally I need some input values, right? Like what is password, what is virtual machine size, what is the security group name, what is the network where you want to create. Okay, that becomes arguments. Arguments are nothing but input values here. Arguments are nothing but input values. And the third block that you need to give is this is output block. This is not mandatory. This is optional. You may or may not write. So this block will contain the info to be displayed. So once suppose we have created a virtual machine. Once a virtual machine is created, I want to display attributes of a virtual machine. Attributes are nothing but output values. Okay, attributes are nothing but output values. Attributes. These are nothing but output values. These are nothing but output values. Okay. So once a resource is created, I want to display attributes of that resource. Like I want to display public IP address of the virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine ID. Okay, and private IP address and the key file name and username. So that a few attributes I want to display. Okay, so those attributes you have to mention in output block. And the next fourth block will be provisioner block. So provisioner block will contain some provisioning script, guys. Okay, suppose my VM is created. After creation of VM, okay, in last class I told you that, okay, you have to do some provisioning. We have to install softwares. Okay, like I want to install Tomcat, I want to install JDK, and I want to install JBoss, I want to install IAS server. Okay, that kind of provisioning I want to do after creating my virtual machine. So for that, Terraform will log into that virtual machine and it can do some provisioning. Okay, this is also optional. Okay, this is to perform provisioning. Provisioning means installing or uninstalling softwares. Now the next block will be module block. Module block is nothing but this is a module is nothing but okay, it is a reusable template. Reusable Terraform template. When you want to create modules are nothing but reusable component. Just like how we use procedures functions in other programming languages like C, C++, .NET. Okay, how we write reusable components in Terraform also. We can write two types of modules. One is local components. We can develop our own components, and we can also take some modules from Terraform registry. Okay, Terraform registry will have hundreds of publicly usable modules. Okay, from there also we can take modules. So at that moment you can use module block. Okay, this is also optional. Okay, this is about Terraform structure, guys. Now, how to write Terraform block? How to write provider block? Let me show one example to you. For every activity, there is an excellent documentation from Terraform. You need not to worry about that. I am not going to write each and every character. I will show examples to you. Okay? Because if I write line by line, that is a repeated job for me. So now suppose I want to look for Terraform AWS provider. I want to look like this. I want AWS provider. Now here if you click on this, okay, so provider is going to decide. So use the Amazon Web Services provider to interact with the many resources supported by AWS. You must configure the provider with the proper credentials before you can use it. And within provider block itself, you can set up credentials, but that is not a good practice. Here, are you seeing AWS region equal to this one, access key equal to this one, secret key equal to this one? This is not okay, correct approach, because directly you are writing, hard coding everything. So if you submit this to GitHub repository, your credentials will be exposed. So don't use this approach. Okay, yeah, the best approach is okay that we have set up from command line. Just now we have set up credentials by using AWS configure, right? Okay, so in that way, set up credentials. Here are you seeing here? Terraform required providers. AWS equal to HashiCorp by AWS. So the version of AWS plugin will be 5.0. Okay, it can be more than 5.0, but it should not be lesser than 5.0. It can be equal to or more than 5.0. And provider AWS equal to region equal to East US 2 or US East US 1. Okay, this is going to specify where exactly you wanted to create your infrastructure. Okay, so just all you need to you take this code and in the current directory create one file. Let us say provider.tf and paste it over here. I am not writing any credentials here. Because I told you, right? So writing credentials within the provider file is not a good approach here. Access key, secret key. This is not a good approach. And once you are writing these credentials from command line, directly you can write provider.tf like this. And here I am going to say US East 2. Okay, so it means that download the necessary plugins of AWS whose version is greater than or equal to 5.0. Now, once you are written this code, okay, we have to understand about Terraform commands. Terraform help. So there are many commands, but frequently used commands are 4 or 5 commands we are going to use. Are you seeing init command, validate, plan, apply, destroy? Okay, init command, it will prepare your working directory for other commands. Validate command, this is for syntax checking. Plan command, it is going to show the plan, what it is going to do. Apply command, if you want to really implement the plan, you have to use apply. And whatever resources you created by Terraform apply, when you want to destroy the resources, we have to use destroy command. Okay, we are going to see it practically, everything. Now let us execute Terraform init command. Now it will download all the necessary plugins, guys. Terraform. This command will work only when you install Terraform. Otherwise, it does not work. Are you seeing initializing the backend? And it is downloading HashiCorp matching 5.0 and installing 5.3.6. And finally, it will display that, okay, Terraform has been initialized successfully. So if your internet speed is very slow, very fast, okay, this task is done very fastly. My internet is very slow today. Okay, let us wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Guys, bear with me today because my internet is today is very slow. That is why taking that much time. Otherwise, with no time, a response must come. Okay, this is the way how you can initialize a working directory, how to download necessary plugins. Okay, so in tomorrow's class, we will create resources manually first. We will create storage, we will create network, we will create security group, we will create virtual machine. Okay, first of all, we are going to create everything from console website. Then we are going to automate it. Are you seeing, guys? Terraform has been successfully initialized. Terraform has been initialized successfully. From now onwards, okay, so you can create any resource by using Terraform. Because this is a way how you can download and how you can initialize current working directory. Okay, most of our job was completed. From tomorrow onwards, okay, I will show how to create resources manually first. Then we are going to automate it. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Sir, so if we join a company like a cloud automation engineer, so we have to do in the same way, right? They will give us the access key, secret key. We have to create a folder.
Yes, that depends on your role. Okay, if you are a Terraform developer, only few credentials are given to you. Okay, if you are a cloud engineer, cloud admin, okay, you only creating access key and secret key. That depends on your job role.
So here we are using AWS. So they created a user in AWS, right? So if we use Azure, they will create a user in Azure and they will give us the access key.
Yes.
Okay.
In Azure, the way of connecting is different.
Okay.
The way of connecting is completely different. Okay, when I start Terraform automation with Azure, then I will show.
Okay, so this course is like this Terraform course which we are going to learn is a creation of servers and resources allowed or something.
Everything we are
project
going to
also
create.
comes into picture somewhere.
Uh-huh.
The project will also come like Java projects will be there, no?
Projects will not be there for a cloud automation engineer. On the very beginning day, I told. Okay, people will misguiding you. Okay, for DevOps engineers, cloud automation engineers, cloud admins, there are no projects. Only for developers, projects will be there. Okay, because your nature of work is same for every project. Okay, you will be working on assignments, not on projects actually.
Okay, so that assignments will be given by cloud architect, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we don't want to worry about what project they are going to implement. That
Exactly. So if somebody misguiding you, don't believe their words. Okay, it is completely bluffness. It is completely cheating.
Okay. So we can only focus on the resource creation, server creation, maintenance.
Yes.
Okay. Sir.
Yes, guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me. No questions?
Yeah, Shiva, no. Yeah, hi Shiva. Personal laptop is required for this, no?
Can you come again?
Yeah, I'm saying this personal laptop is required, no?
No, very small laptop is enough. Okay, it is not much highly configured. Okay, you can have very small laptop which has internet connection, good internet connection. That's all. You need not have a complete beast kind of machine is not required.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
So will Linux command will come in between somewhere? We have to learn Linux as well. No?
No, Linux commands, it is now a concern with cloud administration, cloud automation. So if no questions are there, I will stop it for today, guys. Tomorrow we meet again at the same time with same link. And tomorrow is the last class for our demo sessions. So every day you will get recorded sessions and notes and material also.
जी आप लोग ना सब एकदम से स्ट्रॉन्ग क्या कीजिएगा अभी तो क्या बोले हम
Guys, shall I stop the session?
So somebody is asking some doubt, right? No, sir.
No, she is. It is from background.
Ah, okay, sir. Okay.
Guys, I am stopping the session. If no questions are there, I will stop it for today. Thanks for your cooperation. Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Shiva.